right? So this is the puzzle. If I want to zoom in a little more. Althea, Blythe, and Cheryl played some card games, each game having exactly one winner. Following is known about the games. No player won two games in succession. When a player was a dealer for a game, she did not win the game. The deal proceeded from A to B to C, and then this order was repeated until they stopped playing. The only player to win more than two games did not win the first game. And finally, the question was, who was the only player to win more than two games? And I think only 16% people got the correct answer, and hence this discussion. Right, ideally this is for those who already spent some time with the puzzle or have at least looked at it. But if even if you haven't, just follow the process and we'll work out this puzzle in no time. And essentially we want to look at, okay, what is the method, what is the approach, what is it that I have to do. And at a very basic level, this is the skill that is required in most of your DILR challenges, right? Creating scenarios, testing the rules, working and making deductions according to the rules, and building a story, right? Right, so let me move to my work area. So this is the story. There is a game 1, game 2, game 3, game 4. Maybe there will be more games afterwards. I don't know for sure, but I'm trying to build various scenarios. I have also been told that in each game there is a dealer. In the first game, A is the dealer. In the second game, B is the dealer. In the third game, C is the dealer, and the cycle repeats after that. I have also been told that the dealer will not win any particular game. So, in the first game, A cannot win. In the second game, B cannot win, and I will extend that story to other dealers in other games as well. Now, I have to go step by step and imagine the scenarios. If I am thinking of game 1 and I know that A cannot win the game, who is left to win the game? And my answer would be either B or C. That means the moment I look at this first condition, I know I'm creating at least two possible stories. Maybe they will bifurcate into more later, but the first game, the very first game, will be either won by B or C because A cannot win the game. And this has kind of given me a bifurcation. It has given me two separate stories to work with, which will become more and more stories. Stories will multiply. So I just have to keep tab of the data. So basically I'm keeping the rules in my mind. I know the dealer cannot win, and then I'm creating scenarios. I go to the second game. I know B was the dealer for the second game, and B cannot win. That means the second game can be either won by A or C. Now in this story where the first game was won by B, now you can have a B in the first game and A in the second game, or you could follow this story that B in the first game or C in the second game. So basically my single story has now become two separate stories. Again, if I look at the second game, B is out. In this story also, either A or C will win the particular game. But now there was one more rule for me which said no two players won the game. No player won two games successively. That means you cannot win two games in a row. That means if C won the game, the first game, he cannot win the second game, and this is getting ruled out. And this is it. This is how to work such puzzles. You have to sit down with a clean sheet of paper and with a pen or pencil, and know already that you're going to create multiple scenarios. It will require some work, but that work is not very logic heavy. It is bookkeeping heavy. There's a lot of clerical work, but the logic part is fairly easy to deal with. Right? So I have figured out the second game. I know A or C or A in this other story. So my single story got split into two, plus I have one more story here. Don't worry about it, continue with the story. In the third game, I know C cannot win. because he is the dealer. That means either A or B will win, right? That means I have only two scenarios to worry about. Either A or B will win. So and that I have to work out for each small story. So if I look at this story where A won the second game, after that in the third game, C is ruled out. Either A or B will win the game. Now again I have the same rule. A has won the second game, he cannot win the third game because no player has won two games in succession. That logic I saw here also. So in the beginning it might seem there are too many stories, but the logic or the rules of deduction are also helping me eliminate some of the stories, right? So either A or B, and A is ruled out. So, and again I'm not done with the story. Even for this story I could have a or a B, even for the second C story. And here everything is okay. After C, A can win. After C, B can win. That is not too much of a problem. This story will also be extended for this particular scenario. But once again, A cannot win twice in a row. So that particular branch of the story once again is stopped. That means the only story I have for this version is C, then A, and then B. All the other things are getting cancelled out. So I have reached game 3. I have a few stories in action, but I have also seen how stories are splitting, but they are also ending. Some scenarios are getting ruled out. So let me now think of game 4. I'm back to A being the dealer. If A is ruled out, either B or C will win the game, right? So for each of the remaining stories, you have to figure out this secondary scenario. After the third game, either B or C will win. And once again, B cannot win two games in a row. So this particular story is also ruled out, or any player cannot win two games in a row. Therefore, this story is also ruled out. This B and C working out will happen for A also, but this time B can happen because after A I can go to B or I can go to C. This same application should happen for this particular branch of the story, and again B cannot happen because B already happened in the previous game. The same story again for this particular branch, but again B cannot happen. That means I have by default I have to go to C. So if I look at the story on my right side, I'm getting only one fixed story, by the way, but on my left side I'm creating quite a few scenarios. So if you notice, at each basic step, the logic is very easy. So it's more a game of concentration and stamina and just keeping at it, right? Like keeping your brain on for 5-10 minutes and going through the data. Because every time you do this, your brain will find excuses. It will not want to do this difficult work. But that is the essential challenge. Once you do that, it's just a small amount of hard work, right? That is not too much. So I figured out the story so far. Let me go for game 5. Game 5 again, B will be the dealer and he cannot win. If B cannot win, that means I'm thinking of A and C as possible. Sorry. I'm thinking of A and C as possible winners. So whatever stories I had reached so far, so for example, this particular branch of the story has now got two options, B or C. Let me put the arrows also just for clarity's sake. However, can I have two C's in a row? So this part of the story will be ruled out and I will rule this out as well. Okay. I know the same is going to work for other scenarios. Let's say this particular story. Let me move it here. And this time there is no problem because after B I can have both A or C. And again this story is going to repeat for this third character. And again C will be ruled out because you cannot have C. Let me move it here just for clarity's sake. And once again the same story for this branch, and C cannot happen because C happened already, and A can happen, right? The same story for the last branch of the story that we worked out earlier. C cannot happen. That means it has to be A. Are we okay so far? Right? Just following the basic rules over and over again. Somebody is asking me, I'm weak in DILR. Can you, where can I start from? This is where you start from. This is what the session is about, how to work with basic logic, right? Yes, so I have a lot of scenario and the tree is getting built and built and built. But I had one more piece in the puzzle in the story, and it was that the only player to win more than 2 games did not win the first game. Right? This was a piece of information that I have not used so far. The only player to win more than 2 games did not win the first game. So let me keep that in check as well. Maybe I will need to go for one more round of games. But let me check. In this story, if I follow the path so far, is B, A, then B, then C, then A. In this story so far, nobody has won more than 2 games. If I follow this B, C, A, B, and then again A, I've got 2 but not more than 2. If I follow B, C, A, C, A, again 2, not more than 2. So I definitely have to go for one more round of the game. That means I go to game 6. And game 6 will be conducted by, or the dealer will be player C, and I know he cannot win the game. So he is ruled out from the story. Because C is ruled out, that means I'm left with A and B as possible winners for the next round. So let me split each story further. Now I should actually stop and observe that rule. If I follow this particular path, B, A, B, C, A, and then B. B has won more than 2 games in this particular story. He has won 3 games. But it was given to me that whoever has won more than 2 games did not win the first game. That means this particular story, B, A, B, C, A, B, is not going to work for me. That means it has to be the other story, B, A, B, C, A, right? And wait a second more, this can't be 2 A's in a row because that is another rule which was given to me earlier. So this story is ruled out altogether. Okay. So as I said earlier, if I work with the rules, I know the task seems very big, but then as I move in the story, it is getting eliminated also, right? So let me copy this and apply it in another story. So I can now go to maybe this particular section of the story, because remember this was already ruled out. And again, B, C, A, B, A cannot happen, so that is ruled out. If I do put a B here, so B, B and B, 3 times B, so again this cannot happen, because if B is more than 2, he should not be the first player to win the first game. So even this story is getting stopped for me. And by now, hopefully, we have figured out what we are doing and what is going to happen next, right? So this story is ruled out. Let me just remove it altogether, and let me copy it again and try and match with this C story. So B, C, A, B, C, A, B, C, no problem. I put a A here, A has only won twice. If I put a B here, B has won thrice again. So B cannot happen, but A can happen. I'm talking about A continuing on from this particular C. I hope your diagrams you have more space to work with the information, right? The same thing, if I look at this hidden A here, B, C, A, C, A. If I put a, that cannot happen. If I put a B, that can work, I think, right? If I copy this B, I hope you're still with me, even though it's becoming slightly cluttery. I'll work on a better version next time. So B, C, A, C, A, B. But in this particular story, nobody has won more than 2 games. So I will continue or keep the story with me and then look at my remaining options, right? Once again, after this A, I cannot have a A again. So it has to be a B. But again, if I do that, there will be 3 B's in the story. That means once again that cannot happen, and I should put an end to this particular version of the story, right? So this is also not going to work for me. Game 1, game 2, game 3, game 4, game 5. So I have to do the same thing here also. A cannot happen after A. That means it has to be B. This is an easier story to follow. C, A, B, C, A, and then B again, right? So far I've got 2 C's, 2 B's, and 2 A's. None of them have one more than twice, right? So I will have to go for one more step and the story will be resolved. I am leaving that final step to you. Let me try and move the story, all of it a little up. You will have to go to game 7, right? And game 7 once again will be conducted by player, or the dealer will be player A. He will not be able to win the game. That means you will be left with B or C. If I go for this particular story, whatever is left in my diagram, if I try and put a B here, once again I'll have 3 B's with B winning the first game, which cannot happen. That means it will have to be a C, right? This story has to be continued with a single C. And now for the first time, you know for sure that C has won 3 possible games. I'm following this B, C, A, B, C, A, C. So C has happened once, twice, and 3 times. So the only player to win 3 games, and I invite you to do the rest of the story building or case building for the remaining scenarios also. But you will see that by game 7, the only player who has won more than 2 games and should not be the one to start the game story is C. Once again, in this story, if you get a C happening thrice, you cannot use this particular story because C is starting the first game or winning the first game, which was not allowed, right? So, and we are done with the puzzle. So what you are basically witnessing essentially is, if I connect all of them and maybe reduce, what you're witnessing essentially is very basic deductive logic and a lot of work. Yes, there is work. Yes, it will require concentration and stamina. First of all, that initially you will feel a discomfort in the first 5-10 problems, right? But you know you have to do it, so better get used to it and start drawing out your stories or diagrams or tables. And what you are essentially seeing is a multiplicity of scenario. This is 2 stories, then suddenly there are 3 stories, and there are 4 stories, then some get ruled out, and all the rules that were needed were given in the conditions. All the deductions are being made from there only. So what I'm trying to say is that all you need to basically master this topic is very basic deductive logic, but you will need a lot of practice and exposure, especially if you are worried about it. Otherwise, it's just like try out 5 sums and then you're good to go and you don't need any more preparation. But because a lot of us are weak in terms of confidence, we'll need a lot of exposure and practice before we become comfortable with that. So for that purposes, because my course is directly all into CAT questions, if you're looking at a basic practice kind of a book, this George Summers book is very good. Try out, buy the book, try out 1 puzzle a day. Don't be in a hurry to solve it. As you see, it requires work, right? And that means unless you're in the right mood, right space, ready to solve the problem, you will not be able to do it easily. So be willing to spend the whole day with a single puzzle, coming back to it after some work, etc., and build that logic, application, game playing habit, and you will be reasonably good to go for the exam in no time, right? So this is it for the day. See you soon. A lot of updates in the DILR course section. A lot of challenges have been added. So please go through them. Leave your steps and whatever thoughts have come to your mind. The solutions are being posted as we speak. So this is it for this mini logic workout. See you soon.